We've already seen in our study of John chapter 2 how Jesus and his mother and the disciples went to a wedding at Cana in Galilee. And while they were there, the host ran out of wine for his wedding guests. And so the mother of Jesus went to Jesus and she said, "They've run out of wine." And Jesus replies to her, "Woman, what does this have to do with me? My hour has not yet come." But what I want to focus on in this Bible study are the next words out of Mary's mouth. She didn't even address them to Jesus. She just looked at the servants and she said, "Whatever he tells you to do, do it." I think that's like the greatest advice that's ever been given to anyone in the history of the world. You know, time after time after time in scriptures, we see that when people obeyed the voice of Jesus, even when it made like no sense at all, God did amazing and miraculous things. And I'm thinking of Peter, like standing in a perfectly good boat on the Sea of Galilee in the midst of a huge storm. And he sees Jesus walking toward him on the water. And he says, "Lord, if it's you, bid me to come to you." And Jesus says, "Come." And because he obeyed, Peter became the only other person besides Jesus himself to ever walk on water. Or when Jesus told the disciples, "Cast your nets off the other side of the boat." And even though they were professional fishermen, had fished all night and caught nothing, they obeyed, and the nets were practically bursting from the catch of fish. Or the blind man, when Jesus rubbed some mud in his eyes and said, "Okay, go wash off in the pool of Siloam." The guy probably had to stumble all the way there, but because he obeyed, he received his sight. Jesus told a paralyzed man laying on a mat, "Get up and take your mat and walk. Go home." The man obeyed and was healed. Time after time after time, people obey Jesus, and God does amazing, miraculous things in their lives because obedience to Christ opens the door for the miracles of God. But did you know that Mary's advice is not just for some servants in the first century? Oh, it's for us today as well, because Jesus is still speaking. He's still calling, he's still commanding, and he's still doing amazing things in the lives of people today who obey him. And so here are a few things that Jesus is commanding for us to do today. He says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." How about repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand? How about let your light shine before men? Or love your neighbor as yourself, or forgive as you've been forgiven, or give generously to the one who asks. Or how about this one? Do not worry. What is Jesus telling you to do today? Take Mary's advice. Whatever he tells you to do, just do it. And then watch the miraculous things that God does in your life next.